Hello and welcome back to another reaction. In this occasion, Wakfu Season 3 Episode 12. We are just 2 more episodes to go, and again, I'm so afraid because nothing seems to be ready to give a satisfying conclusion. So yes, I am still scared of that fact because generally this last season, well, hopefully not for long, but this one has been such a ride. It has been an amazing ride. It's just the different type of writing that we have here. For starters, we no longer have the insufferable feeling because yes, there are some points in which you want to just see the action, just want to see what is going on with the adventure, and not just kind of saying, okay, we're going to take a little detour before reaching our destination. But the problem here is that it's such a short season, and with such high stakes. Again, in other moments we have saved the world and that's it. Perhaps the higher stakes was with Nox, because yeah, he wanted to revert time, which is something very dangerous in the long run. But anyway, but in the end, yeah, it was perhaps just one world. In this case, the world of 12. I guess that is the name of the planet. But now we're speaking about destroying the entirety of the pantheon of the gods of this world so they can create their own universe and, of course, well, reign above said universe, because yes, that is what is going to happen. They don't know, or they are not sure, if they destroy the dimension of the gods. They don't know if they're going to damage. That is what they think. But obviously, nobody has done this before. So yeah, there is no way for them to be sure. Again, this reminds me a lot of the atomic bomb, because yes, when they were testing it, it was kind of, oh, perhaps it's going to destroy the entire atmosphere of the planet, but who cares? Well, let's test it. Screw everything. Luckily, that didn't happen. But anyway, it's kind of the same risk we're having here, the destruction of an entire planet or entire civilizations. Again, yeah, it's a very weird plan, and I am sure now that the fact that Yugo existed and the fact that Yugo wanted to fight against Oropo was part of the plan of the latter. Yes, Oropo wanted to fight against Yugo so he can have a corporeal body, so they can, well, he can live on, or his ideals could live on inside the mind of Yugo. Again, this is very deep, very great, and for the message you have told me that this has less budget than I think the previous season, and they managed to do this amazingness. Yeah, it's commendable and it's amazing. But anyway, yes, I'm starting to ramble way too much on this presentation, so yeah, let's just cut all of this and watch the episode, shall we? Okay, I'm back. I just watched several times the episode. Yes, I have taken that route while watching the last few episodes of Wakfu, because there is so much information I want to see, I want to know. There are so many entertaining parts in these last few episodes, and all the drama that has been going on so far. It is weird. It is weird for me to be this really invested at the same time, but sometimes not understanding what is going on. And my guess is partially because I do not understand French. While I was watching the last episode, while I was watching the episode 11, I made a mistake. I thought, and this is something that really confused me, that really turned around my world and my understanding of Wakfu. That's why it was so hard for me to understand the episode. But it was a very silly mistake on my behalf. I understood back then that the Eliotropes all originate in a certain way by Hugo. Eliotropes. But that wasn't the case. No, the Eliotropes were the ones who were originated from Hugo. He's, and this is a little bit of reading that I did before, the god king or the king god of this new race. Again, my guess, this is mere speculation on my behalf. My guess is this race, the Eliotropes, and yes, the difference is very minimal. The Eliotropes are, well, beings that can move faster or at the speed of light. That's what I read. But eventually they all disappear. They went extinct. The only one who was still alive, let's say alive, was obviously Oropo. And my guess is that when these were created, these were obviously copies of Hugo during the moment in which he took the Dofus, the Eliotrope Dofus, for himself and to help Pompon. They were created, and of course, since they travel on this speed of light and they could go through time, and therefore they existed for thousands and thousands and thousands of years before civilization. So yeah, they are very ancient beings, but of course they will disappear because my guess they don't know how to reproduce, or they cannot reproduce by themselves. For sorcerers, if they are only copies of Hugo, then perhaps every single one of them is male, or perhaps even if they could change the gender, they could change sex, there is still not enough for them to be reproducing themselves. So, and yeah, each time I think, again, this is what I understood, each time one of them die, the other one is kind of prolong their lives. And of course, Oropo, since he was the last one, he has the longest life. My guess is he lives for so long that now he was becoming unstable. So yeah, that's why he wanted to be with Hugo, literally to take possession of the body of Hugo. So now his mind will be residing to the original body of their god, let's say, of their creator, and still carrying on his plans, and call himself Hugo because yes, he believes that he is Hugo, which is partially true, but my guess with the years this changed a lot more. Yeah, it is a fascinating topic, and that is, I think, the main point of this episode. Yes, we saw exciting fights, we saw all of that, but the main point of this is the mentality of Oropo and how it compared with the mentality of Hugo. Yes, at the beginning it was very clear that Oropo deceived everybody, and he put the mind, or the representation of the mind of Hugo, locked down and fighting his old enemies, while he was just going all out, saying that yes, I will finally destroy the old gods. And yes, this is a fascinating moment, because the rest of the demigods, they follow Oropo because they blindly believe that he was right, that he loved them, that he was the one who saved them, and not only them, but the rest of the humanity. But in the end, thanks to Lady Echo's confession, we discover that Oropo wasn't that. He was a maniac who wanted power, and yes, I was right at the beginning. I was right. Oh god, it feels so good to be right, even long before starting to see this. Anyway, before I start to gloat more, let's continue with this kind of commentary. Yes, Oropo reveals that yes, that is true, I manipulate you, but it doesn't matter, because we're going to improve this place. Yeah, obviously everyone feels betrayed. Adamai, Lady Echo. Well, Lady Echo not so much because she knew what was going on, but still kind of feel betrayed in a certain point. The rest, yeah, it's... Obviously they feel betrayed, because not only that, Oropo in the end is the cause for the ogre's chaos. Because he deceived, I don't know if he deceived or he manipulated Datura to make the ogress kind of went crazy. So, yes. And of course, he is the cause of all of that. The craziness of Nox, the destruction of several countries, the disappearance of several people, and not only people, because yes, not all of them have people in the best regard. There are gods in here, or demigods in here, that say the animals deserve better, which is kind of right. But anyway, and yeah, this obviously affect the animals too. But not only that, and going back to Nox a little bit, he was the one who delivered the Elia Cube to Nox. And of course, the knowledge of a god in the hands of a mortal, obviously Nox went crazy. So yes, the only one I didn't hear about anything is obviously Kilby, because Kilby was crazy before. Anyway, yes, once you start to think about it and to see everything, this bastard was the one who created all the problems that Hugo and friends have to solve. And yes, I think this answers a question that I had since season 1, that Nox was hearing the cube speak. And my guess that voice was fucking Oropo trying to manipulate Nox into be even nastier and went crazier than before. Jeez, Oropo is a genuine bastard, man. Anyway, we go back to the episode, and of course, after hearing all this speech, Goldthart is tired and starts to attack. But unfortunately, thanks to the power of the Elia Cube and the power of the 6 Eliotrope Dofus, because my guess, yes, they are feeding the Elia Cube, but my guess the Elia Cube is kind of feeding Oropo's power too, so yes. He becomes way too powerful. Oropo became too powerful. And once everybody else realized how scummy really Oropo is, they start to attack him. And this is, of course, when Oropo reveals his true colors. That yes, he wants the rest of the gods to rule, but he is going to become the supreme god. I'm sorry, but this smug face has a justification. I call this in the moment I knew their plan. So I deserve to be this smug, man. I deserve it. Man, I was right, and it feels so good. Anyway, yeah, all the rest of the demigods were betrayed. He doesn't want to kill them because my guess he still wants them to be gods, just inferior to him, obviously. And yes, they start to attack. Obviously, Pompon attack too. And this is in a moment, of course, before this, I almost forgot that when Amalia realized that, yeah, this is not Hugo. He might look like him, but he is not Hugo. He is not the compassionate guy. He is not, yeah, in essence, he is not Hugo. He betrayed, he manipulated. He's just a whack job that they used to fight against. So, yes, it is that powerful. That powerful of a sentiment that, yes, not even the love of your life, according to Oropo, is with him. And of course, everybody was betrayed to a certain degree. Some of them, of course, with the animals, and of course, the underpants guy is the worst, man. It's just ruining the drama in here. But anyway, we obviously changed this perspective from the inside of the head, which of course Hugo is fighting their inner demons, in this case Nox and Kilby. But then of course Oropo starts to realize that this is the worst kind of punishment, because Hugo is not going to give up. Hugo is going to fight against these enemies. So he changed tactics. He changed now that he's making him feel guilty because he abandoned everything and everybody. So yes, And that strategy works a little bit better because, yeah, now he's kind of concentrating again. And another weird scene that I don't know which is the point of said scene, perhaps later on we're going to discover that, is of course Arpagon and Ruel. Yes, I'm still having troubles remembering her name. In this case, yeah, they are still... I am still not sure what is the role that Arpagon is going to fulfill in this anime or in this season. Yeah, it is kind of shady for not only for the good guys, let's say, but actually for Oropo, because I don't think she is blindly loyal to Oropo. She just wants Ruel back, and she wants children, and she wants to revive the Jew that she never had alongside with Ruel. And this is the best way she can achieve said goal. It aligns with Oropo, but my guess at the moment that Oropo kind of betrays her like he did with the rest. She's going to drop in like a hot potato. Then of course we saw the small scene between the kids, Evangeline, and the fake Amalia. And the betrayal is being revealed. But we caught in there. We don't know what is going to happen with the baby. We don't know what is going to happen with Evangeline and the rest of the kids. That's it. The betrayal is revealed and that's it. Not much. We have a little bit banter, but not much. Then, of course, they decide to attack. And now the attacks are having an effect. And I mean, Pompon's attack are having an effect. He's really getting to this guy. But still, he has... what I assume is the power of a god, because he's way too powerful, nothing can touch him, and he ends up almost destroying Pompon, which of course awakes Hugo, and he realizes that he needs to take action, and we return to this kind of mindscape of giant pillars of blue light. And we saw that obviously the mind of Hugo is being controlled by Oropo, represented by these kind of glasses. What I assume those are kind of glasses, or binoculars perhaps, that Oropo used before the fight against a baby. And he's trying to convince Hugo that just let go, I will take care of everything, you will not have to revive anymore, you will not have to carry said burden in your shoulders, just chill and let me take care of everything. Of course, Hugo is not like that, and he's going to jump into action quite literally. And that is the end of the episode. If you realize I kind of rush into the synopsis of the episode, there is a good reason for that. I wanted to speak about the mentality and obviously the mistakes I made in the last video, in the last Wakfu video. Obviously I said that yes, perhaps my bigger mistake is not knowing how to speak French, because again, the difference is very subtle, and if I knew how to speak French, perhaps I will have noticed that, wait a minute, they are not saying the same word. This is a little bit different, but it's different nonetheless. So yeah, my confusion was because I did not hear that subtle little difference, and I was concentrating on other stuff, trying to concentrate in other stuff that I did not understand. But yeah, and I just dismissed that because yeah, I thought that my mistake was somewhere else and not in this small detail. I was wrong. Anyway, yeah, now after reading that, and especially one of your commentaries that really genuinely helped me realize that, because I read that with a little bit more care, and this is a special thanks to Piego Il Tempo. Again, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name incorrectly, please correct me if it's wrongly pronounced, but thanks to him or her, I read that yes, the Eliotropes obviously is the story I know. It's the story that the combination of two kind of gods, the dragon and the dragon god, and of course the Wakfu goddess, the Eliotrope goddess. Obviously this is something I knew already, but until I read what he said later on, that the Eliotropes were the ones that are out of Hugo, that the freak accident that happened thanks to the Eliotrope Dofus, was that what created this new race in which Oropo belongs to. He's not an Eliotrope, he's an Eliotrope. That all of these Eliotropes are from, or come from, Yugo. Again, amazing amount of confusion just because I couldn't read correctly a word, man, in the subtitles. Man, that is messed up. So yes, all my confusion was originated by that because again, wait, Yugo is the origin of the Eliotropes and all that. I thought that my confusion was immense thanks to that. But now I understand, and again, thanks to Piego Il Tempo for clarifying that for me. Thank you so much. Anyway, yes, the mentality of Oropo. This is another topic I wanted to address. Perhaps at the beginning he really was just like Yugo, the innocent Yugo. And thanks to the memories that Yugo had, thanks to the love he felt for Amalia, thanks to all the adventures that really went through the mind of Yugo, he was kind of saying, yes, we are Yugo, we are one. Therefore, I have more experience than his current form. Therefore, I know better. And not only that, my guess the feeling of abandonment, because I don't know if you know, but at least I don't know, for how long Oropo was alone. And he wanted to belong. And he was resentful towards Yugo and the rest of the gods, because they abandoned them. Yugo, because he was his father. The rest of the gods, because they didn't do anything for them. So he wanted to replace them. And he knew that he has the power because he came from one powerful being. Again, if we read that correctly, Yugo is technically a god, not a demigod. He is technically a god, alongside with Adamai and the other 5 pairs. So yes, he wanted to take power from a god, in this case Yugo, and he wanted to become the supreme god, because he was going to be the father of the rest of the gods. He was going to stop anything like what happened to him. But of course, this is kind of a nice sentiment that was corrupted with time. Because again, we saw a person that he believed was doing the correct thing, and the meaning of achieving said goal were irrelevant. Along he achieved his goal, everything was going to be fine. We have here of this type of mentality in Nox. The goal was everything. The way to achieving said goal, it could be as amoral as he wanted, because the goal was worth it in his mind. So yes, we're speaking about a very troubled individual. Again, perhaps he was the mentality, or he had the mentality of Yugo, but thanks to perhaps years of isolation and having these feelings but not really being yours, kind of make the mind of Oropo change way too much to be just like Yugo. Because yes, Yugo can be very impulsive, but he always wanted the best for the rest of the world. Not just for him, but for the rest of the world. So yes, it is a fascinating topic, but I still think I want more information about it to speak more about it. This is what I believe. And of course, I love the internal battle. How he doesn't know Yugo that well. Still, even if he has his feelings. Because his first action was to, I'm going to torture him because he betrayed me and betrayed all of us. and I mean Oropo believed this, by making him confront his past villains. And he's going to give up because he's not going to be able to withstand all that. Of course, we know that is not Hugo. Later on, he figured out, oh no, better to use this as a mean to an end. Better to use Adamai and Amalia to keep him distracted. This didn't work because now the reality was something else, because he attacked one of his friends and he knew it, and this snapped him into action so he can stop Oropo in the end. Hugo is that type of person that this is completely in character for him. And I love the fact that it was the reality that brought Hugo up to the surface in this mine. Another aspect that I wanted to see was, of course, Amalia. Yes, this is a harsh topic for me because, yes, I feel betrayal for Amalia. I feel that she betrayed Hugo in a few episodes before. Once she kissed Oropo, I feel extremely betrayal for Hugo. But my guess is thanks to the broken heart and the similarities between Hugo and Oropo, that's why, okay, this is a good substitute. But once she realized that this is not Hugo, he only looks like him, but his personality, his way of thinking, it is nothing like him. He's a monster because he doesn't care if he manipulates the entire world as long as he achieves his goal. And yes, my guess the punishment that she received once she tried to attack Oropo was kind of enough to redeem her a little bit. I still think we need a lot more redemption for Amalia. I am still a little bit angry against her, but this is a good route to take. Now, something a little bit sillier is the way that Goldchar start to look at Adamai. That yes, I am going to rescue, but I'm not in a hurry to do so. Just looking at him suffer a little bit, my guess in the end he's going to be rescued. I will have left him, honestly, until the last one. I will rescue everybody else. And I will have left Adamai until the end, because yeah, he was a betrayer. Yes, I'm still a little bit angry against Adamai too. I still think he hasn't been punished enough for his betrayal. But yeah, he is going to be released in the end, and hopefully this is a little bit of punishment against Adamai. Yes, again, maybe I'm way too attached to Hugo because I want Hugo to be our main character because he's so lovable. And those who betrayed him, I'm kind of saying, okay, you deserve this, you deserve this. Yes, that's why I'm a little bit angry against Adamai still, and I'm not in a hurry for him to be released. He deserves this, in my opinion. And yes, I like Adamai, but come on, he betrayed the cinnamon roll that is Hugo. Anyway, yeah, a very good episode, another cliffhanger, what a surprise, yes, I know. Another cliffhanger, but the last episode is coming. And I'm afraid to watch it. I want to watch it, don't get me wrong, I want to know what is going on. But I'm scared to figure out what is going to happen and be disappointed. Because as far as I can tell, yes, there's kind of plans, but there are no concrete plans to make season 4. There is, but there is not. So yeah, it's a lot of back and forth, back and forth. I genuinely hope that they announce a 4th season because this is fascinating and I want to keep watching Wakfu because it's such a great show, such an amazing show. But anyway, I genuinely exhausted the topic of this episode. I hope you enjoy it. And yes, I have nothing left to say, but thank you for your attention and see you in the next one. Bye.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that video, and yes, thank you so much for your attention, guys. And as always, if you want to leave a comment, that will help me a lot more. If you want to give me a like, that will help me even more to get on the top of the recommendation for YouTube. And if you want to share this video, that will help me even more. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for your attention. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.